Have you ever wondered why the innocently sweet newborn babies enter this world with their fists closed up? Well, if you asked me, I would say maybe they sense they are coming to a battlefield. I have come to realize that in life, we don't have to open our hands to take everything we are handed along the way. Some things can easily be avoided. Before it all is a reflective mirror, a reminder of the past when boys were boys and girls were girls. The past where you believed that the world was yours to surmount. It is a reminder of the days when your mind freely and courageously roamed to the world's horizons and your heart firmly believed you were insurmountable and you were convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that you were able to do anything and everything. Nothing was impossible with you. You dreamt big and lived large. Before it all, teachers taught us the sky was the limit, and the more creative ones said, why limit yourself to the sky when you can reach the space? We were taught to think outside the box, and the more progressive ones told us not to even think there is a box in the first place. With all these great and adventurous imaginations, life starts hammering you slowly with reality sledge, and the broken pebbles of yourself start piling at your feet. You start sensing black spaces and hints of an imminent fall. This is where the rubber meets the road and real life begins, or at least that's where real life began for me. We now start seeing parental guidance warnings in some movies. Age-appropriate life filters are introduced on many things in our lives. You cannot watch this, you cannot go there, you cannot do that, and so on. The older you become, the more battles you encounter. Each day comes with its battles, and it is expected that you will handle each as accordingly. Failure starts attracting consequences. While growing up, I would often get frustrated since I desired to share my daily school life experiences, such as the people I met, stuff I did, challenges I experienced, and of course, as a young girl, I had so many questions to ask. It is hard for a girl to keep on revealing her age since, as they say, a girl who tells her age is either too old to gain anything or too young to lose anything. For that then, let me say I was very young when I learnt English, which was a transition from my mother tongue. I remember in those days of sweet innocence when I started schooling. The teacher would tell us to sit on the carpet and the other girls would do it nicely with their legs closed, but I did not know how to do this. I discovered that I related better with boys than girls despite my scanty knowledge of English language. There was one time when my classmate, a boy, fell sick with the flu and chickenpox, as I later came to understand. I remember I cried and all the other children were looking at me in wonder. I went from school also. With time and with schooling, I was able to pick up a few more English words and phrases, and my communication was slowly improving. Accepting change even at a tender age is never an easy thing. There was this time I had to transfer to a new school, and my greatest fear was who I was to play with there. Who would understand me in my new place? As fate would have it, I befriended another girl immediately I arrived at my school. However, my joy was just short-lived since she soon joined her clique of other girls she was familiar with. They got so busy and engrossed in their play that I was momentarily forgotten. Luckily, either from sheer curiosity of this newcomer or just from unconditional love and trust that children give, another girl came to me and asked me whether I wanted to play. The only two English vocabularies that I had and was very sure of were the words yes and no. Of course, I said yes. We became great friends after that. We would race to queue for lunch in school and sit together. We clicked so well, and soon she would offer me to join her for swimming after school. The experience was all new to me. I felt in place, and I felt now I had a bosom friend that I could count on. However, time changes many things, and the end of primary school came and we had to go our separate ways. Fear seemed to have been trailing me all this while, waiting for an opportune time to pounce on me and tear me into pieces. I had just learned some more English and found someone I could bond with, at least with that little language learned. Now, here was a new high school to join, new faces to meet, and new companions to establish. Can it ever get worse than this? There were no cell phones to communicate through with her. It was terrible. But I had to grow and join high school.